Alright, welcome back everybody. It is April 1. I am just finishing up a 10-hour shift at work, and we are on our way home to try to get some corn in the ground. Just left the shop and was talking to them about our planter, since I don't think we're going to need it. They told me to bring it in. They wanted to take a look at it, and they would give me a price, and then I can decide from there whether or not I want to sell it. I was asking them a little bit about our drill. They said our drill will put corn in the ground, so we definitely are looking into that. Want to try to save as much money. We don't have a tractor that will pull that planter, so there's no sense in us keeping it, and we can't afford a tractor with enough horsepower to pull it right now. And with only having 3 fields, I don't think we really need to be worrying about it so much. So I think the plan's going to be to get some corn in the ground and figure out where things go from there. So I'm going to get home and get everything ready to go, and I'll see you when it's time to plant. Alright, I got it all hooked up, ready to go. You can see our oats are starting to pop up out of the ground. I did get those fertilized, and you can see I got them fertilized, and I also sprayed them with some herbicide, so they should be good to go. They got expected yield 99%. This one and this one, yield potential is 100 here, and it's 95 here. I'm not really sure what. I didn't do anything different on either of them, so I'm not really sure what. You can see on this one our nitrogen level is pretty much at 0, so it's going to take a lot of nitrogen to get this ready to go. But it's April 1, and we are going to plant some corn. They told me it was not ideal to run corn through this, but they said it would work, and for right now that's all we're necessarily worried about. Trying to get this spun around here without hitting the tongue on the duals. But yeah, we're gonna run some corn through this. It's a little unconventional, but if it works, it works. As long as we're getting corn in the ground, as long as it germinates and the seeds take off, I think we're gonna be all right. We are definitely gonna want to get some spraying on this field pretty much instantly. So I have the sprayer still hooked up to our international. That way, as soon as we're done here, we can hit this with some fertilizer. Hopefully we have enough fertilizer, but I'm not 100% sure if we're gonna. There's a little bit left in it. I think it's about a little over half full, and we do have another full tank of fertilizer, but I know with corn going in the ground here, it's gonna take a lot. I'm gonna pick up here, back up, get this here going. There we go. I'm also trying to think of some things we can do across the road, since we don't have cattle pasture there anymore. I don't know that that's going to be something that we mess with or not. I thought about maybe plowing it up, putting some meadow grass in over there, but we're a little ways away from being able to put animals in, so I'm not necessarily looking to build another barn currently. So I'm thinking that I might put an arable crop across the road over there, but we'll have to see how things go. But for now, we're going to worry about our 3 fields, which 2 of them are looking good. Once we get this in and get it fertilized, we should be in good shape until the oats are ready to harvest. Won't have a whole lot to get done through the rest of spring and summer. Once the oats come off, the plan is to harvest those and immediately put soybeans in behind them. I think that's going to be our best bet. That way we can get a double crop off of this year. I need to take a look and see when wheat sells for, because we still have some wheat in that one bin. Start getting some prices on wheat, figure out when the best time is going to be to sell them, because if we're doing corn and soybeans, we are going to need at least 2 bins for corn and soybeans, unless we sell our barley direct out of the field. Or I'm sorry, not our barley, our oats. If we sell our oats directly out of the field, then we can probably keep the wheat, because I'm pretty sure wheat sells in December or January. The oats, we're going to have to put them somewhere ahead of time, unless we just go ahead and sell them. But I think the plan there is going to be to figure out whether it's better to sell the wheat when it's not peak prices, or the oats when we harvest. But that'll be something I take a look into a little later. For now, we are going to get to rolling on this field and try to get it all taken care of. I'll throw you guys into a little time lapse and enjoy. Alrighty, wrapping up with the last little bit of corn planting. And that is gonna finish us up for planting season. We got a little spot up here we missed. I'm gonna hit real quick. There we go. See if we can sneak around the grain bins here. And we're going to pull down here by our pressure washer. Door opened up. See if we can. Alright. Pressure washer doesn't seem to want to work. Maybe Wheel this over by the shop, see if I can take a look at it. I'll tell you what, let's just wheel it over by the shop. Get this looked at. I don't like putting stuff away dirty. We'll try to figure out what's wrong with this. We will just park it there for now. Let's shut this off. We'll leave this out for now. Let's get our spraying done. And we'll look into the pressure washer when we're done. I got some liquid fertilizer on here. Pull down here. And as you can see, it is bad. There's almost no nitrogen in this soil. So we are going to have to put a bunch in. And see where it gets us. This is probably going to take a little bit with this tiny little sprayer. Wish we had onboard fertilizer to put in with the corn off of the seeder. I have to look into that and see if that is something that can be done later down the road, or if it's not even possible with that seeder, and figure things out. But for now, we are going to just work with what we got. Get this sprayed up, and I'm hoping to have, it's already 4:30 in the afternoon, so I'll get this done today. Hopefully have time to look into the pressure washer, and then I'm hoping to get everything unhooked from the tractor so that we can take the planter in to work with us tomorrow, so the shop can look at it and see what they'll give us for it. So I will see you guys when we're done. Alright, we got all the spraying done. We got the fertilizer spray out of the sprayer, and we got our pressure washer working. It cost us $350. I guess it got left out all winter. And some stuff must have froze up in the pipes, so we had to get a new pump for it. But we're good to go now, so we are going to get this hopefully squeezed through here. It's not going to fit through there. Alright, that has to go through the big door. I was worried about that. But not to fear. The big door is here. Get this put away and get it hooked up to our planter so we can take that to work with us in the morning. We're gonna have to get up a little earlier to leave, but luckily for us, because that unhooked there, because we got all our planting and spraying done, we don't really have lift it up. Because we got all our planting and spraying done, we don't actually, I'm just gonna shut this off and leave it here. Because we got all our planting and spraying done, we don't have really anything else to do until it's time to harvest this, unless something crazy pops up. So we're gonna go ahead and get everything closed up. I am thinking about selling them bales since we don't have any animals. I don't think it's really any point in keeping it. I also thought about selling that swather, but I think down the road that's going to come in handy if we start getting into some grass hay. Because I think hay sells pretty good price, but I'm going to leave things here like this. I'm going to head inside, look into some prices, and look into some studying, and be back with you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, just getting off work here in April 2. Put in a 12-hour day. We got here a little early, so we just went ahead and got to work. As you can see, our money is up. That is because they give us a little over $70,000 for our planter. They called me middle of the day, said what they were willing to give us for it, and I said absolutely. If it's not, we don't have a tractor to pull it, and we can always use a little bit of money in the bank. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sell that. There really wasn't anything wrong with it, so it came at a premium price. So for 70, I think it was 76,000 or 72,000. I don't remember exactly what it was, but we did pretty well on that. We are going to head home. I don't think we have anything to get done today. If we look at our fields, nitrogen's good, pH is good. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape. Probably not going to have to harvest our oats until July. So that kind of leaves us 2 months of really nothing going on. Unless we can find something to get into, but that's going to give me time to study and get some of my book work done. I really want to get my GED. That way I can possibly apply for a better job at the grain mill. I'd like to move up there as much as I can. I mean, obviously, long-term goal is to leave there and get to full-time farming, but we're gonna need a lot more land before we can do that. Also, I was looking into pricing on wheat and our oats, and talking to some of the guys at the mill that have been there a while, since they kind of have a good idea with buying and selling grain. They're telling me that the best thing to do would be to sell the wheat out of our bins in probably April or May, and to put our oats away and sell them through the winter, because it's going to be worth more. But anyway, that's going to be probably the plan. We might see if we can get our unload auger set up here this afternoon, possibly fill up our wagons and get that bin swept out. But other than that, I don't think we have a whole lot going on. So I will probably see you guys tomorrow. Alright, our bin is empty. We didn't have quite enough to fill both of our wagons. So what we ended up doing is we put about a little over half probably in the front one and half in the back one. I'm hoping the truck will pull it. 7.3 should be okay. but I'm hoping that's gonna pull it because I really don't want to drive the tractor all the way to work. It took forever to get down there. Actually, I don't know if it's calling for any rain overnight, but I am going to... I did put the sprayer in the International. Come on, close. There you go. I did put the sprayer and the International in this building. But at least for tonight, let's see if the truck's gonna pull it. Oh yeah, no problem for the 7.3. This is gonna be a lot easier to pull than, or a lot quicker, I should say, to pull down to town in the morning. It's not even really squatting too bad. So I'm going to head in the house. It's about 20 after 5 here. I'm gonna head in the house, eat some dinner, do some studying, and we will sell the wheat out of the bin tomorrow morning. Got it all swept out. We didn't rip down the unload auger. We can do that. We got plenty of time. So I'm going to do that. See you guys when we go to sell. All right, pulling into work. They told me, I just talked to the main guy here. He said just go ahead and offload. This is pretty much the best price we're gonna get. Try to get both of them unloading here at the same time. And yeah, they said just go ahead and offload just in case it rains today. They didn't want the bins to be sitting outside letting them get wet. So thankfully somebody was here early. We're still about 10 minutes early for work, but got that unloaded. And what is that? I can't really see it. Things in the way. We made 13,000 off of that. So I'll take it. Just pull this across the road. Hopefully they don't mind. Leave this parked here for the day. Head in. Put some hours in at work, and yeah, I think that'll be pretty much it for April. We'll see you guys in May. All right. So we got a call from one of the neighbors while we were at work today. His name is Noah. He bought a couple of the fields surrounding us, actually from my grandfather, one of the ones that used to be his. Said he was glad to see that we were back in town, getting ourselves straightened out, and looking at making a career of this whole farming thing. And he said he's got a field that he doesn't think he has time to fertilize way in the back. It's actually the back field that my grandfather used to own, and was wondering if we could go back and fertilize it. Said he would pay us for it. So we are gonna head home, get our sprayer hooked back up and filled up with fertilizer, and go fertilize his corn for him. He said the crop was coming up out of the ground, but because I told him that we didn't have anything that was really row crop ready, he said the crop's coming up out of the ground, but not to worry about it. If we run a little bit down, it's not the end of the world. So I'm gonna head home, get the sprayer filled up, and see you guys when we get started. All right, so we just went ahead and filled up to 40%. I'm hoping this is going to be enough. I didn't feel like breaking the other the other batch out, or the other full tank that we got. But it's been a really long time since I've been back in here. This field is all the way at the back of this road, just tucked back in the woods. It was one of my favorite fields back in the day. Grandfather used to make hay in it, but it was always fun coming back here, standing on the wagon, stacking bales on the wagon, back in the woods. It was always cooler, usually a little more shaded than the rest of the fields that he had, but yeah, we're gonna come back here and get some fertilizing done for him. It's just a tiny little field, so I'm hoping this is going to be enough. He does have a little bit of corn sprouting up here. We will unfold and get to spraying. Shouldn't take too long with this. Like I said, he wasn't really worried about tearing too much of the crop up, so hopefully he doesn't mind it. I'm going to try to tear up as little as possible. I think these tires will fit between the rows. Obviously we're going to tear some up on the headlands here, but we'll knock this out for him. It's going to be a little later in the night. Probably get a little less studying done, but I'm getting close to, I think, being confident enough to take my test to get my GED. I feel like that's gonna make everything feel a little bit more satisfying if I can pass that, be able to say that I graduated high school in some capacity. Plus, the people at the grain mill are really happy with, what I've been doing and the work I've been putting in. They like how I'm willing to work a lot of overtime, putting a lot of hours in, almost triple, slightly more than triple than what they've been asking for, but what they don't know is I'm putting in all those extra hours now because come harvest season I might have to take some time off. But I am willing to put the time in now. Hopefully it's not an issue later. So throw you guys into a time lapse here. We'll get this finished up, call it a night, and see what the rest of May has in store tomorrow. Finished that contract up, and he went ahead and I called him as soon as we finished up and wired me the money instantly. So it's $36.50 to our bank account, and we are up to just over $110,000. I'm not sure what our operating costs are going to be completely. I think we're good on seed. Probably going to end up needing some fertilizer next year, if I had to guess. And definitely going to need some lime next year. Soybeans, when they go in after the oats, are not gonna need any fertilizer. They should be all right. So yeah, I think we're probably gonna be in pretty good shape. If I had to guess, might even next spring be able to look into purchasing some more land. But I'm going to get this sprayer emptied out and call it a night. See you guys tomorrow. All right, took a little half day at work today to get things set up here, because tomorrow is when we are going to harvest our oats. I think what we're gonna do is actually, they might be ready now. It's a little hard to tell, but we're going to get set up here. Spin this. Actually, I want to spin this all the way around. Let's see, where can we park this so it's out of the way a little bit? Maybe right here. That looks pretty good. Park that there. Still not quite ready. We're gonna harvest them tomorrow, but want to get some things set up. We need to get the auger set up on the bin. We need to get the combine running, which a little bit of time has skipped since I've seen you guys last, but we already had this in the shop and worked on with the corn head on it. But we're gonna pull around and grab the bean head and make sure that it's gonna run. Pull it around to the shop, get it greased, ready to go. And grab our bean head here, or our grain head, I should say. Not really a bean head, but just kind of what I've always called it. Pull around to the shop, get it greased. Set it down there. Hop out of that, and I think we're gonna put this on our auger. I think that's gonna be the plan. So I'm going to get this hooked up, get it unfolded, and back her up here. Let's get her lifted some more. That looks like it's pretty close. Maybe right there. Move that back. Shut it off for now. So run up top here. Make sure it's gonna be lined up, which it is. Looks pretty good. That should put everything in just fine. And we are pretty much, other than greasing up the head and getting that ready to go, should be good. I think I got enough hours in at work that it's not going to be a big deal if I take off tomorrow, so I think that's going to be the plan. But I will, I'm going to run up and eat some lunch, and I'll be with you guys when we're ready to go. Alright, it is the next day. We did work a full day today because these are still not quite ready to harvest. I kind of messed up and was thinking that June was harvesting for oats, but it is actually July. So we're gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna do my online test for my GED. I think I'm studied up well enough that that is going to be a possibility. So we are going to come inside here and get online and take the test. I was not quite ready, I guess, because I did not pass it. I've been studying a good bit, but with all the farm work, it has been a struggle. So we can take it again. We got to wait a day at least, but we'll do some more studying tonight. And yeah, maybe next time we'll be better off. So I'm gonna head in for the night, and tomorrow morning I'm probably gonna work half a day and try to get some oats harvested. Put in a few hours. We do have some rain in the forecast, so I'm gonna try to get this done here. Whoop, wrong button. If you look, where is it? I'll find it here eventually. We got some rain coming around 1 o'clock, so we are going to try to get things rolling here as fast as we can. It is it's not a lot of rain, but I don't know if it's going to mess us up or not. We're going to start here on this close field and see what's going on. We do want to make sure our straw swath is good, which we do have it set up to put straw down. And we are going to go ahead and fire this combine up and start our harvest. See how well we do. I'm not expecting huge numbers, but at the same time, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape with our yields. These are just going to be some small fields here that aren't going to put out big numbers, but hey, anything that we can get is going to be worth it. I'm hoping to get at least some decent numbers that we can sell in the wintertime and make us a decent enough profit to be able to afford hopefully some more land come next year. But we will see how things turn out. There's a couple people who I have talked to that are slowly downsizing, who own some of the land around us, including some of Grandpa's old land, but obviously they're not going to give it to us. Might be something we have to look into taking a loan, but my credit is not great right now, so the chances of me getting any kind of decent sized loan are slim, even with the $114,000 that we have in our bank account. And yeah, we'll just have to kind of see how things go, but as of right now, this is yielding extremely well, in my opinion. This is a small little field. We're just getting around to finishing up our first headland, and it's looking like we're about 35% full. So that's going to be nice, and then we're going to have some straw to bale up when we're done, which I'm hoping that this rain holds off long enough maybe we can get a little bit of our maybe get all of our harvest done would be nice prior to the rain, but I keep checking the radar on my phone. It's not looking promising. Looks like we're probably going to get rained out, which means our straw is going to get wet. It's going to have to sit for a little while before we're able to pick it up and bale it. And we still got a job to go to, so we're only really getting to work in the evenings. We did put 8 hours in today, so we really only need 2 more hours to satisfy our contract and make sure that we're not getting in trouble at work. So might be able to just go in for a couple hours tomorrow morning and then have all of July 3 off and most of July 2. And see how things go from there. But for right now, we are going to try to get as much of this done as we can. Even if I can just... and as I say that, here comes the rain. I'm going to try to finish the headlands out at least. I only got this one little pass left. And get this stuff in the bin as quickly as possible. To try to keep from having any kind of issues. Go ahead and shut it off. Get the pipe out. Try to do this as quickly as we possibly can. Get unloaded here into the cart. Not bad though. We got quite a bit out of that for just doing our 2 headlands. Not that there's much left other than that in this tiny little field. The other field's just as small, but 5,460 liters just on our headlands, so not bad. We're gonna park the combine here, get it shut off, hop in this, and get pulled around up here. Try to get this unloaded as quickly as possible and get as little amount of rain on it as we can. Rain came in a little early. Hopefully it's not a lot and we can continue with harvest maybe after it's done. Not really sure what that's gonna look like, but alright. Need to hop on this, get it fired up, and see if we can spin this over in there. Back in the 4440, and we can unload. Shit. How much did we spill? I forgot to open the top. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Oh yeah, I don't see any grain really laying around. We didn't unload a whole lot. That unloaded. Alright. Around the bins here. Get that closed up. Pull this back in out of the way. Shut the international off. And we will pull... We're going to pull the wagons inside for now, just so they don't fill up too much with water. Should probably pull the combine in as well. least back it in far enough that the grain tank's not sitting out in the pouring down rain. I know they got drains in them, but I know the head's not going to fit in here, but we can at least get the grain tank in so it's not sitting out. All right, and our very first harvest that we try to do is getting hindered by the rain, but not a bad thing. I'm gonna go inside and try to take my test again for my GED. Alright, so I just checked on the computer. It is very strict on the 24 hours, and we still have some time left before we can take our test again. About 7 hours or so, 6.5, something like that. So I'm gonna wrap this episode up here, guys, and we will continue with our harvest probably tomorrow. I'm gonna call and see if work needs me. Maybe head back into work for a few more hours to try to get the hours in today. And in July 2, I will see you guys again. We will wrap up harvest. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, subscribe to the channel. It's free to you guys and it helps me out a whole lot, so I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, have a great day.